Hey everyone, we're certainly in an interesting time right now, and the question that many small businesses may be asking is, how can I use social media in a time like this? Well, we're going to answer that question on this week's To the Frontier Tip of the Week. Hey everyone, welcome to another To the Frontier Tip of the Week. I'm Joe, and today I'm talking about an important topic in a time like this where everything seems a bit uncertain and there's a lot of questions. One question a lot of small businesses are asking is, how can I use social media effectively in this time? Well, I'm here to give you 3 things that you shouldn't do and 3 things that you should do to have a very effective social media strategy in the midst of this crisis. So, let's start out with the don'ts. First thing you shouldn't do, and this goes for everything, but this goes especially for social media, don't panic. What a lot of businesses might be tempted to do in this time is social media is not important at all. We just gotta panic. We gotta throw it all to the wayside, and we gotta just survive. We can't waste time with social media. That's not the way to go. Because social media, in a time like this, with a lot of social distancing and people not interacting, is going to be a huge resource for your business to stay in contact with your customers. It might really be the only way you can keep a following in this time when we might be apart for a while. So don't panic, don't reject social media, instead use it. That brings me to the second point. Don't ignore what's going on right now. There is a lot of stuff going on social media, a big conversation about COVID-19, the coronavirus. It's one of the top topics online, obviously, for obvious reasons, because that's everything in the news right now. So a lot of people are talking about it, and a lot of brands and businesses are talking about it as well, and they're doing things to help their customers on social media. So don't ignore that conversation going on right now. Pay attention to it. See how people are, see how businesses are successfully handling this crisis, and what types of posts they're doing, and then do that yourself. Take their ideas and use it for your own business. Say, okay, can I replicate that or our business and find some success there? By paying attention to the conversation out there, you will be in good shape. And also by paying attention, you will help yourself avoid some pitfalls of posting ignorant or tone-deaf posts that you could be at risk of doing. Think about when you pay attention to what's going on out there, pay attention to it. Think about how a post that you might be planning on posting will look. If you're promoting your email newsletter right now, and that's going to be a post in someone's news feed, and everything around it is all these posts about COVID-19, it's going to look a little tone deaf, look a little bit like you're burying your head in the sand. You don't want to do that either. So, another thing you don't want to do, finally don't try to sell. Don't use this crisis as an opportunity to try to sell things to people, because that's really, people are going to see that and go, that's tacky. They're just playing on fear, and that's not what your business should do. It's not a good PR move. It's not a good move for retaining customers, because people are going to remember, they were so opportunistic during this crisis. Why would we go back to them after it? So don't do that as well. So those are the 3 things you don't want to do. You don't want to panic, you don't want to ignore the crisis, and you don't want to try to sell, use it to your advantage. No, none of those things. The 3 things you should do, number 1, is you should pay attention, as I was talking about already. Pay attention to what people are posting. Pay attention to what's out there, what your customers, maybe you follow some of your customers on social media. What do they need? What do they want? What is the predominant need among your customer base? And think about, hey, can we meet that need? And that brings me to my second point. Do play to your strengths during this time. Think about your business. Think about what you provide. How can you provide helpful content in this time? For example, if you're a health and wellness company, if you're a chiropractor, something like that, think about the types of posts you can create to help people. They might be dealing with stress right now. They might be dealing with questions about how they can keep their physical health, that sort of thing during this time. Post things like that. Get content going in that direction. Just think about, what can your business add of value in this time for your customers? Not trying to sell to them, simply trying to help them. And finally, the most important thing is that you should always practice empathy. That goes for social media in general, not just in time of crisis, but especially now. You really want to be in tune with how your customers are feeling, with what they need. And you want to remember that above all else, they're on social media right now because they want to connect. They're socially distant from people in their lives. They want to connect with them. So you want to make sure that you're making a space for them to connect on your channel as well. That looks like really just putting posts out there that start a conversation, that have something fun, something people can do to maybe even take their mind off of what's going on right now. Post something like a fun caption contest where people can comment on it. Something like that. Just think about how you can help people most by starting a conversation, not trying to sell to them this time. And in that way, you will keep your customers, you will keep them loyal and not alienate them during this crisis. Well, I hope you found those tips helpful, and I hope you're staying well out there. I hope that if you need anything as far as your business goes in this time, you will reach out to us, because Frontier would be happy to help you with any of your marketing needs during this situation and beyond. So, thanks for watching, and talk to you later.